Hello, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kingsley Krah. I'm a youth counselor with a strong passion to impact the lives of young people and to guide them with the right information, particularly in the areas of love, dating, relationship, and even marriage. Young people are so dear to my heart, and it saddens my heart sometimes when I see them making some mistakes that could have been avoided. I believe I am where I am today because I was helped. That's why I want to use this channel to help as many young people that I can. So recommend this channel to anybody or any young person that you know who can be blessed with it. And if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. Subscribe and click on the bell button so that you can get notification anytime I post. So with that being said, I want us to go straight to our post for today. And today I have a very interesting topic to share with us. The title of today's post is No is also an answer. No is also an answer. Have you thought about that before? That no is also an answer. Most people are used to just saying yes all the time and always saying yes to and agreeing with everything. But no is also an answer. And I'm sure that those of you watching me can relate with or you have situations in your life that you were pressed, but still you couldn't say no, and you felt like taking on a new task just so that you could please somebody, even though you knew that you couldn't even deliver. And it's like we struggle to say no, even though no is just a monosyllabic word. It's not a long sentence or a phrase, just one word. But it's quite difficult to say it because we feel that there are other people involved and we do not want to hurt them. We do not want to hurt their feelings. We do not want to make them feel like we have rejected them or we don't like them or something like that. So we keep saying yes all the time. But no is also an answer. And sometimes you must be confident about it when truly you can see it and sincerely you know that saying yes will hurt you, or saying yes will mean sacrificing a very important thing that you can never regain or you can never get back again. It's in such moment you should be confident to say no, because there are Christians today who, by failing to say no, they've succumbed themselves to so many ungodly practices. There are ladies today who are dating married men because they couldn't say no. There are people who are dating people that they didn't like, but they were afraid to say no, so they agreed. There are even Christians who have fallen to sexual pressures in their relationship, even though they originally set out with a no sex before marriage boundary. Originally they were not going to have sex until they marry. But then at the point in time when whichever way, whether it was a guy who brought the pressure or the girl who brought the pressure, it's like the person who was at the receiving end failed to say no. And so the person sacrificed a Christian life. But no is also an answer. We can't always please everybody. So there are times that you must check yourself and say that no, this one, I am not ready to give this up. I can't take on any new thing anymore. This will hurt my future. This will destroy my life. If you can wait, fine. But for this time, I don't think I can take this on. Yes, the other person may not understand you, but you must be confident about it, especially when you have assessed yourself and you know very well that the right thing to do is to say no. When you find yourself in that situation, remember that no is also an answer. It's unfortunate that society has interpreted no to sometimes mean an insensitive word. Sometimes they feel it's impolite. Sometimes they feel that when you say no, it means you don't care or you don't even love the person you are saying no to. But then, what is the gain when after saying yes, you become unproductive, you are stressed, or you even burn out? You get nothing out of it. So when you feel that it is right to say no, be confident about it and say no, because no is also an answer. So come to think of it, why do we find it so difficult to say no? Why couldn't you say no when you're invited to that party? Why couldn't you say no when he said he would sleep with you? Why didn't you say no? Why couldn't you say no when you had to get involved in that business deal which you knew that was going to cast doubt on your faith and your belief? Why couldn't you say no when you had to choose between going to church and going to a nightclub and they were pressurizing you to go to the nightclub? Why couldn't you say no? Why is it so difficult for us to say no? I think that there are some reasons that I want to share with us. And you are going to see that these are possible reasons why the times that you failed to say no, they were the reasons that led you to say yes, when in actual fact, what you had really wanted to say from your heart was no, or would have been no. So I'm going to show us three major things that makes it so difficult for us to say no when we know that it's actually even the right thing to do. And under each of these reasons, I'm going to try and proffer solutions or ways that you can overcome that excuse so that it will become easier for us to be able to say no when we have to say no. The first reason why many of us find it very difficult to say no is our desire for acceptance. We just want to feel accepted. And it's natural. It's natural because in our society, we naturally have that craving to want to belong, to feel accepted, and to want to fit into society and all that. Even Abraham Maslow listed belonging and love as the third need of every human being in his hierarchy of needs. So it's actually natural. It's a natural craving in man that God placed in us, that we will want to feel accepted along the way. But then you must guard yourself so you are not pushed into a place of desperation, that you are so desperate for acceptance to the detriment of your own self, to the point that you now end up hurting your own self and making yourself look so low in front of people. And you know, there are bullies in the world actually. And when people notice that you are weak at saying no, they will always be coming to you with burdensome requests, which will end up stressing you out and making you always depressed, making you always disappointed even in yourself. It even kills your self-esteem because you don't end up realizing your strength, because most of the time you fail. And the failure is not because you couldn't have done it, but it was actually because you took more than you could carry. You took more than you were capable of handling, simply because you just wanted to feel accepted and you just wanted to fit in. That craving is very natural. So in a relationship, you want your boyfriend or your girlfriend to like you. So you are careful not to hurt the person. And when request comes, and some of the request comes from your partner and it doesn't even sound godly, even though you were a Christian, you still succumb to it because you just feel that, oh, if I don't say yes to him, what if he rejects me and he doesn't accept me anymore? No, that is wrong. That is very, very wrong. So, how do we overcome this desire for acceptance, which makes us find it quite difficult to say no sometimes, or probably most of the time? One main way is to build your self confidence and love yourself. You must love yourself, actually. You owe yourself you. Nobody can love you more than yourself. So, for others to be able to see you in a certain way, it is what you project. That is what they are going to buy into. So when what they see is self-confidence, when what they see is somebody who loves himself or herself so much, they will not come and be making unnecessary demands. I should love myself so much and not make somebody destroy my future. I should love myself so much to put my foot on the ground and say, no, I'm not going to allow this. And mind you, people are going to feel some way when you begin to show that self-confidence. But you know why you are doing that, because you just know that you are the captain of your ship. So I will not allow you to shipwreck my life. I will not allow you to destroy my future simply because I'm just trying to show you love. No, I love myself and I am confident in my decisions. So yes, I quite remember interacting with a lady who was telling me about how she broke up with her boyfriend, and and it was because she constantly said no to the sexual demands of this guy. And at a point, the guy felt like your no meant you didn't love me. Because if you loved me, you have slept with me. And at that point, she told me that she was so confused. But she took the decision to end the relationship because she felt that if the guy loved her enough, you have waited. And because she loves herself and she knew that she was responsible for her own life, she decided that if no is what I have to save myself, then so be it. So she said no. And she ended that relationship. It may hurt, yes, but it's the best thing to do. So build your self-confidence and love yourself. It will help you to overcome the desperation of wanting to be accepted or to feel accepted all the time. Be confident in yourself. In case you are watching me and you have low self-esteem, that is probably why people often come with unnecessary requests to you. Build your self-confidence, and then you will see that as you keep saying no, initially it may sound difficult, but as you keep saying no, people will begin to look at you in a certain way, and the respect you've lost for a while, they'll begin to accord that respect to you. Yeah. The second reason why it's quite difficult for most of us to say no is because we do not want to upset someone or hurt the feeling of others. So, in not wanting to hurt someone's feeling, you find people saying yes all the time. Um, my birthday is coming and uh, I'm inviting you for my birthday. Then another person also comes to you and tells you that my uncle's father's daughter died and the funeral is on this day. And you check and you realize that the birthday that you've been invited to previously and then this particular funeral are both clashing on the same day. And you, instead of telling this person that, oh, sorry, I have been booked, you find yourself in a position where you you tell both of them that, okay, I'll come, or I'll try my best and come, and they take your word, expecting you to attend the funeral and the birthday. And now by taking these two things on, you end up probably not even going for any of them because you realize that you can't even satisfy both of them anyway. Or you probably go for one and you end up not going for the other. But what you failed to do was to tell the other person who came later on to place his request that, I'm sorry, somebody has invited me for a birthday and it's on the same day, so I can't come for your funeral. That would have been nicer. But we find it difficult because we feel that, oh, they are both my friends. I don't want to hurt the other person. I don't want the other person to feel like. And this position, the truth of the matter is that it's quite uncomfortable. It's quite uncomfortable when you find yourself in a situation where it looks like you have to act in a way that could be interpreted as being insensitive or not caring or not loving. But you are alone. It's just you. How many tasks can you take on yourself at a time? You can't do much. So, uh, when you find yourself in a situation where maybe you are afraid to hurt somebody, so you are forced to say yes, even though you know you cannot honor what you are saying, just be polite and tell the person that I can't. And saying that does not mean that you are a bad person. Saying that you cannot be able to honor somebody's invitation does not mean that you are a bad person. Recently, I was talking to someone, a Christian who went to the nightclub, and I was asking this person that, why did you go to the nightclub? What were you doing there? What were you going to do over there? Then the person said that her friend organized a birthday party, and the venue for the birthday was at the nightclub, a club, or in the nightclub. So she went to the birthday party over there. Then I told her that, so you're a Christian and you know that you have no business going to the nightclub. If your friend or your mate is organizing her birthday in the nightclub, you could have told the person that, well, I don't think I can attend. Then she said, that would sound some way. So clearly, I noticed that she didn't want to hurt the feeling of this person. So she decided to go to the nightclub. So I asked her, then now, did you consider the number of people who saw you in that nightclub? Tomorrow, if you decide to embark on evangelism and you go and preach to one of them, and they tell her, oh, you're the girl I saw at the nightclub, what will you say? Then she started smiling. But she fell into this trap simply because she didn't want to hurt the feeling of somebody. So how do we overcome this particular excuse also? The truth of the matter is that you cannot please everybody. You cannot please everybody. Paul said in Galatians chapter 1 verse 10 that if I yet please men, I should not be a servant of Christ. You can't please everybody. So you yourself should make the assessment. Am I choosing between God and man? Which of them should I please? Should I please God or I should please my friend? Should I please God or I should please this other person? And when you are torn between pleasing God and pleasing man, choose God. You can always get it right when you choose God. So my encouragement to you, when you find yourself in a situation that you don't want to hurt the feeling of others, so you are forced to always say yes, is that understand that you cannot please everybody. No matter how you try, you just can't please everybody. You cannot please everybody. So choose God over man. Ask yourself, will this be pleasing to God? Yes, I wish that I don't hurt my friend. But what does God also say about this? Is God going to be happy with me if I take this step? And if that step will not please God, be ready to say no. And say that no and don't feel guilty about it, because it's the right thing to do. So the third reason why we sometimes find it quite difficult to say no is because we want to avoid conflict and confrontation. Most of the time, truth be told, most people don't like conflict and confrontation. People enjoy their peace. So if they will do anything for the sake of peace, they will do it. And people have said yes all the time to avoid conflict and confrontation. It's almost like, I don't want him to say I don't like him. And usually conflict and confrontation triggers that they don't like me feeling in us. So when somebody confronts you of an issue, you're beginning to sometimes feel like it's because the person doesn't like you. And if you felt that way before, you wouldn't want the other person to feel that way as well. So you sometimes want to avoid the conflict all the time by and the confrontation by simply saying yes. Oh, I support it. Or yes, I'll do it. Oh, okay, no, okay, no problem. I wish we'll wait, but since you insist, let's go ahead and do it for the peace of you think I don't love you, and I've proven to you over time I like you and I love you. But since you are still telling me that if I love you, then I should do this, No worry, I wish we will not do it, but then I'll go ahead and do it for the sake of peace. No, you can't keep living your life like that, my dear sister. You cannot. Even Jesus Christ, when the time came for him to become confrontational, he did. When he had to turn the tables of money changers in the temple, he did. You could imagine that feeling that, oh, I came to save the world. These are the people I'm preaching to. I'm supposed to be a pastor or a preacher. If now they see me in the temple turning tables upside down, what would they say about me? What if I go and preach again and they don't listen to me? That could have been another thought that could have come to Jesus. But at that point, he realized that the best thing to do at that time was to tell the people, no, you cannot sell in the temple. So why are you sacrificing your Christian life? Why are you sacrificing your life? Why are you succumbing yourself to hurt? People are in abusive relationships. They are beating them. People are hurting them, and people have lost their dignities to people simply because they continue to say yes to avoid conflict and confrontation. But you can't live your life like that. You cannot live your life like that. So how do we overcome this excuse? What I will tell you is that now, if you are the person having to be the one to confront the situation, my advice to you is that confront the situation without confronting the person or the personalities involved. Then, if it is you also who is being addressed, try and separate yourself or your person from the situation and understand that it's the situation that is being addressed and not you as a person. Because sometimes when what we interpret as confrontation or conflict is usually issues being addressed or important issues being addressed, but simply because we have not separated ourselves from the situation, we feel they are attacking my person or they are attacking my personality. But it is not you as a person that they are attacking. It is a situation, because it is not every matter that must be swept under the carpet. And like somebody said, if you keep sweeping everything under the carpet, a time is going to come that the under of the carpet is going to get full and the carpet will raise and it will expose your mess. So you can't keep sweeping everything under the carpet for the sake of peace. Oh, you don't worry, let's not talk about it. It's okay, don't worry, let's not. No, there is a time in your life you must talk about something. There are times in your life that you must confront situation head on. Yeah. It may sound a bit some way, it may sound uncomfortable, but go ahead. Confront it. Just make sure you are polite about it. You can't keep saying yes all the time to avoid conflict and confrontation. When you know very well that you have sacrificed your dignity, you have sacrificed your Christianity, you've sacrificed your salvation, you've sacrificed your self-worth just to please somebody in order not to sound or come across as being confrontational. Remember, even Jesus, at a point, he had to do it. And he had to tell the people, no. So, my dear sister, my dear brother listening to me, no is also an answer. And learn how to say it. Maybe just be polite about it, but be confident about it also. And don't feel guilty when you know very well that you can't take on an extra task or you can't do this thing. You are being pressurized to sin. You are being pressurized to do something that is not pleasing to God. Tell the person no. Tell the person no. Remember, this post is to help you build your life and your future. And you can't build your life and your future if you always set out to please everybody. You can't. Learn to say no sometimes, because no is also an answer. So today I think that you've learned something, and I've shared very important points with you. And if you are somebody who finds it quite difficult saying no, learn from today's post and learn how to say no. And don't always be saying yes when you know it's hurting yourself. Remember, no is also an answer. Thank you for your time, and look out for my next post that will be coming shortly. And if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, I invite you to subscribe and click on the bell icon also to get notification anytime I post any new thing on my channel. The content are going to be a blessing to you. So recommend this channel also to any friend of yours who do not know about us. And together, I know that we are going to build a very nice family. Don't forget, no is also an answer. Say this after me. No is also an answer. Thank you. See you. Bye.